Good evening, folks, and welcome to Boston, Massachusetts for our lone game here on a Thursday night. We have two America Division rivals going at it here as the New York Empire are here in Boston to take on their rivals, the Boston Yachts. Started here on opening night, and we are here on a Thursday all by themselves. These two ready to go to work as Anderson will win the draw for Boston. Carried in, he'll be bumped off the puck. Hennanen will take it. He'll get it up to Clarkson. Clarkson will continue. He'll pause and feed it over to... and it'll be picked off by Stevens. Puck lost there. Clarkson now. Up ahead, and it's turned over. Jackson King on the way in. He'll lose the puck. Ryba on the attack. Puck is lost there. It'll be now carried out by Stevens, and he's plastered there. Anderson able to skate onto it. Calvin Anderson with a chance. Poke checked away there. I believe Otto Anderson got the poke check on it. It is Anderson again in net for New York. That puck is turned over. And now Kovalov, shot goes wide of the cage. Clarkson feeds it up to Hennanen. Hennanen pauses with a slap shot. And the puck hops in the air, and Abedisiani able to get a glove on that one. Face-off now coming to the left of Abedisiani. Kuznetsov able to pick up the puck, but then able to carry it to the middle. Shvatal over to Vinogradov. Vinogradov to O'Shea. Shvatal kicked out by Anderson. Picked up by Christensen at the point now is Antonison. They'll dig away at the puck. Two teams side by side, and Kuznetsov able to get it. Puck will now be sent in. Picked up on the back end by Shvatal here in the near corner. Will continue to dig away. Shvatal continues to dig. Now Kuznetsov gets away, and then his shot goes way wide. Nowhere close to on target there from Kuznetsov. Christensen looking to get it up ice. Christensen will flip in, and that one will go out of play. So now face off here just outside the zone. It'll be won by New York. To Michelson, and he'll flip in. Excuse me. Vinogradov picks it up behind the cage. Kicks it up the boards at the far end there. Antonison with it. They'll dig away 2x2 again, and Jordan will come away with the puck for Boston. Jordan into the zone. He'll continue to carry. Go behind the net. It'll be Cherry. In front. Can't get the shot through. I believe that was Adolfson. Puck sent in by New York. Rims all the way around. Vinogradov able to pick it up. He'll get it up to Cherry. Nolan Cherry at the blue line. Over to Adolfson. Almost turned over. Now Adolfson across the blue line. He'll flip in deep. Puck comes around to Paul. Paul up ice to Michelson. Michelson retreats for a step and now gets it up ice. Nash belted to the boards there. Sent up to Adolfson. He'll lose the puck. Cherry and Adolfson now dig away at each other. And now Adolfson for Boston into the zone. Not much sustained zone time for either team to this point. It's been a lot of back and forth without much offensive explosion here. Is Kolar able to take that puck away? Now a bit of an advantage here for Boston. Kolar then gets bumped to the blue line, and he'll lose the puck. Ahead to McIntyre. McIntyre with a shot. Gets deflected to the corner. McIntyre behind the cage. Oh, and a one-timer there by Bowden was denied. Kolar will go cross ice. Now Boston trying to bring it into the zone. They'll get bumped off the puck. McIntyre on it. McIntyre goes cross ice over to Bowden. Bowden to Kraus. Kraus with the shot. Knocked away there. Good save by Abedisiani. So we've already had 8 minutes elapse here. Good end-to-end action so far here. Tipton puts on the brakes for a second, and now we'll have it in the corner. He'll lose the puck there. Tipton out in front. Shot goes all the way through the blue crease. Clarkson up to Ryba. Ryba trying to drag through, and Antonison with a good stick, able to poke it away. Boston now on the attack. King hammered to the boards there by Romanders. Or excuse me, it was Hennanen. Hennanen now with it. Over to Ryba, now Kraus. Kraus trying to get it out of the zone. Didn't have anything, so he'll retreat for a step and now get it over to Clarkson. Clarkson loses it at the red line. Beaugrand hit there by Jimmy Kraus. Puck still being jousted for. And now Jackson King with an opportunity. Jackson King in. Shot denied there, and Anderson will get on top of that, but he'll keep play going. So again, we just keep going up and down here in Boston. Kovalov sticked away there. O'Shea will have it. Nick O'Shea tried to get it in deep, but it deflects on a New York Empire that was coming on the ice. Puck will be flipped in now by New York, deep into the Boston zone. Schwatal hammered there by Kuznetsov. Puck comes free, and Westbrook to the point to Hennanen. Over to Hollenbeck, and Hollenbeck loses the puck. Christensen back to Antonison. Now Antonison will look to get it up ice. He'll get it to O'Shea, who will flip in. Comes all the way around to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck up ice to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov now to Westbrook. Westbrook hammered there. Sasha Backlov now over to Schwatal. And now to O'Shea. O'Shea flips in. Puck will rim all the way around. Hollenbeck with it. Hollenbeck looking to get it up ice. He'll get it over to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov being watched there, sticked away. Backlov with a good stick, and now it gets freed up to Christensen. Over to Kolar. Kolar retreats for a step, and now we'll go on the attack for Boston. They'll be able to get it up ice to O'Shea, who's hammered there just outside the blue line. O'Shea sticks with it, though. He's in 1-on-4. Over to Backlov. Backlov trying to carry to the middle, and it gets sticked away. Emil Barron being watched there by Sasha Backlov. And he will staple him to the boards. Puck sent in deep into the Boston zone. Backlov and Nash battle for it. Cherry and Nash do. Shot comes free, and now Backlov with it for Boston. Backlov to the red line and in. Puck rims all the way around. Paul with it. And then Paul advances to DiFolino, now to Nash. Sebastian Nash will flip in. Puck rims all the way around where Kolar is able to pick it up. Dale Kolar on the attack. Gets it over to Adolfson. Adolfson with a bit of room. Shot goes way wide. Puck will rim all the way around and come out of the zone. Joubert for Boston. Over to Jordan. Jordan will enter the zone for Boston. Tried to center. Lindholm will pick that one off, and it'll be cleared all the way down, as that will be an icing. So we will finally get a stoppage. That was pretty good continuous action from both teams here. Now Anderson will go up against Nash here in the dot. 4:19 left here in the first. Scoreless so far. Puck loose in the neutral zone will be picked up by Boston. Joubert over to King. King looking for an outlet. He'll just retreat into his own zone and wait for somebody to get open. Kolar now to Joubert. He'll feed it up to Anderson, who gets it to Stevens. His top line now out for Boston. A lot of responsibility on them to do the scoring, and they have done so early in this season. Puck will come weakly on net, and is Bedesiani able to kick it out. DiFolino will lose the puck there, and Anderson will have it. Anderson gets it up to Nash, over to DiFolino. DiFolino across the blue line. Tony DiFolino, shot glove by Bedesiani. And they'll keep play going. Joubert over to Petrick, to Tipton. Tipton across the blue line. Tipton will continue. He'll get bumped off the puck, and now Michelson will have it. He'll get it over to Lindholm. Lindholm loses it. Vlatko Petrick down to Tipton. He gets knocked off the puck, and we will have a penalty here on New York. So a trip on Victor Lindholm. And we'll see the highlight here. Just a little trip there. Gets in between the skates. So now Boston with the first opportunity here on the power play. 1:43 left here in the first. Scoreless game between these two American Division foes. And now a penalty coming up here. Is that O'Shea that's going to be guilty? Oh no, it's Esmond Schwatal. So he will now take a seat. So we will go 4-on-4 for the rest of the period here. We'll travel all the way down to the opposite end. Schwatal just trying to dig in. Maybe lift a stick to pick up a loose puck, and gets a little too aggressive with that, and it'll be a slash there. Face off one by Boston. Backlov looking to carry out of the zone. Gets it over to Adolfson. Adolfson along the near boards. Goes behind to Stevens, and Stevens gets bumped off the puck by Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck able to get it up, and then able to clear. Will be kept in, and now Ryba will have it. Ryba advances to Clarkson. Clarkson with a lot of room. Clarkson, shot goes wide, was deflected there by Backlov. and went just wide of the toe of Abedisiani. Adolfson retreats in the neutral zone. He looks to advance, unable to. Puck is loose there, but Bracklov will just flip it in. Puck comes all the way around where Holenbeck will have it. Holenbeck tries to advance to Rybo, and he's blasted there, was Ryba. Puck comes free down near Abedisiani. Clarkson goes up high to Paul. Paul skates down, and now Clarkson with a chance, and that just goes wide. Great opportunity there. 4 seconds left. Clock ticking down. And that will do it. The horn sounds. End of the first period. Scoreless here from Boston. We'll take our first intermission and rejoin you folks right for the start of the second period here from Boston Municipal Arena in Boston, Massachusetts. All right, quick break, and we are right back to the action here. I am Les Talk with you here. Our lone game on a Thursday night. We are here on the east coast of the United States in Boston, Massachusetts, as the Boston Yachts host the New York Empire here. Two teams trying to dig in for playoff position. Right now, both find themselves outside the playoff picture, but trying to maneuver their way ahead into things as the penalties will now come off the board. As we are now back to 5-on-5 play, and we'll have another penalty here. It looks like King's going to go off. So after yesterday's shutout by Gustav Merrick over the Calgary Stallions for Chicago, they have jumped ahead of New York. New York with a regulation win here today, though, would jump right back ahead of Chicago for second place in the division. Boston with a win here would just sort of inch themselves closer to the rest of the pack. And Jordan puts that one wide, shorthanded, as they currently find themselves in last place in the America division, but not far in that rearview mirror behind Minnesota, Chicago, and New York, and a regulation win here would do a lot of good for them. Inching closer to both New York and Minnesota with a win here tonight. Detroit kind of stretching out their lead. It's up now to 6 points with the win last night at 2. So they get 5 out of 6 points away from Toronto to now take a 4-point lead, or excuse me, a 6-point lead over Chicago at the moment. That lead could be trimmed if New York's able to come away with a win here today, but that requires New York to win. So we'll see what the Empire can do here. 2 minutes gone here in the second period, still scoreless between the two East Coast rivals. Puck over to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov looking to carry in. He gets it sticked away by Antonison, and he will clear. Puck will come just wide of Anderson. Picked up. And now Kuznetsov will go on the attack. He'll up ice, and he'll turn it over there right at the red line. Beaugrand will retreat, and that will do it for the power play. So we're back to 5-on-5. Puck in the Boston zone, though, with a slap shot glove by Abedisiani, and he will hold right there. 17:04 left in the second. Face up one by Backlov. He'll go on the attack. Puck in the Boston zone. Hennigan goes over to Ryba. Ryba into the zone. Ryba over to Kolov. Gets blocked off there by Grond. Up to King. King will advance. He'll continue to go and wait for somebody to stop him. Puck is deflected to be kept in the New York zone, but now New York will pick it up and they'll go on the attack. Hollenbeck up to Michelson. Michelson tipped away. Michelson now on the backhand shot there, and Abedisiani will hold right there. Face off here, won by New York. DiFolino on net and can't get it through. Jordan now on it. Jordan tries to carry through and he gets bumped off the puck. Over to Hollenbeck, now up to Nash. Nash loses the puck at the red line. Adolfson will retreat in the neutral zone and turn it over. DiFolino now in. DiFolino bodied off the puck there. Kraus with a chance, can't get the shot through. It'll go to the far corner. In front, McIntyre unable to poke it through. Dale Kolar will have it. Puck is lost there, and now Adolfson over to Kolar. Puck just outside the zone. They'll dig away at it, and Kraus will have it. They'll get it over to Bowden. Bowden goes cross ice to McIntyre. McIntyre flips it behind the cage to Kraus. Now to Bowden. Bowden denied there. Joubert will look to go ahead. He'll get it to Abraham. Abraham sends it in deep. Puck will come around and Lindholm will have it. And then Holm will flip in. Puck rotates all the way around where Joubert will have it. Joubert kicks it behind the cage over to Kolar. Kolar now looks to go on the attack. He'll retreat and get it up to Tipton, who loses the puck there. Kuznetsov at the red line retreats. Goes cross ice to Paul, now to Barron. Emil Barron pauses. One-timer there, and it was denied. Still scoreless here. Almost at the halfway point of this game. Oh, but Emil Barron with a chance. Westbrook. Oh, doesn't get the shot through. Puck will deflect all the way to the far corner. Puck is loose there. Westbrook able to score that one. So the loose puck finally hops to Westbrook's stick, and he's able to bury it past Ronnie Abedisiani. And that will make it a 1-0 game here for New York. We just crossed 9 minutes gone here in the second period. And now Christensen with it. Schwittal loses the puck there. Puck sent around. Still loose in the New York end. O'Shea to Schwittal. They'll dig away in the corner. O'Shea with it. O'Shea over to Christensen. Christensen can't get the shot through. Schwittal able to get a good stick lift there. Now O'Shea with a chance. Schwittal shoots it just wide. Christensen glove by Anderson, and he'll hold right there. Puck being dug out there, and Anderson over to King. Shot goes wide. Stevens with behind the net. King will score it for Boston. And so that will get Boston on the board here. A little under 9 minutes left here in the second period. All squared up at one as that top line goes to work for Boston and does what they've been doing all season. Puts the offense on their back and gets a goal here to make it a 1-1 game. King with the puck. King looking to get up ice. He'll get the red line. And they'll continue to enter. King over to Anderson. Gets it sticked away. Clarkson now with it. Clarkson will flip in. Picked up there by Antonison. Stevens attempted to flip it in, but it'll be turned over to Hennanen. Hennanen being watched there by a couple of Yachts players. And they'll just flip it in. It'll come all the way around where Clarkson will be able to pick it up. Turned over there. Braun to Anderson. Now Anderson will skate in. Anderson continues. He'll lose the puck there. Sent cross ice to Ryba. Ryba across the blue line. Ryba continues to drag. Ryba over to Nash. Denied there. Backlov now with the puck. Backlov over to Braun. Braun gets it up to Cherry. Cherry to the red line. Denied there. Cherry over to Adolfson to Jordan. Can't squeeze it through Otto Anderson. Heading in with it behind the cage. Puck comes to the near boards where Holenbeck will get it. Heading in over to Michelson. Michelson will flip in. Approaching 5 minutes left here in the second period. Ryba to Nash, and he's belted there. Jordan now gets it sticked away at the red line, and Hennon will have it. Michelson will flip in. Puck comes all the way around. Now Michelson to Nash. We'll go up to the side of the net, and Abedisiani will just get a glove on that and hold right there. Westbrook now against Abraham. Abraham kicks it back, and Kolar will have it. Dale Kolar over to Joubert. Joubert loses the puck, and it'll be picked up by Kolar over to Petrick. Petrick to Tipton. Tipton across the blue line, carries through. He'll lose the puck. Abraham now back to Joubert. Joubert with a shot, and he'll be tripped up. So now Boston, right after they equalize the game at 1, they will now go on the power play. See if this one can last a little longer than their last one, where it was about 4 seconds before they had a penalty of their own that brought that one to an end. Anderson against McIntyre in the dot. McIntyre able to box out Anderson and get the puck. 3:40 left here in the second. All square at 1. Only game here on a Thursday night. King with it. King will lose the puck. Romainders will have it. Romainders across the red line and into the zone. Short-handed. Gil Romainders over to Krause, and that one is denied. Christensen to Vinogradov. Vinogradov now to Anderson. Anderson to Stevens. Stevens will lose the puck there to Paul. Paul with it. Comes on net. One-timer. Oh, I thought that was in. But it looked like it might have been just the stick shaft of Anderson that I saw in the cage. Anderson against Westbrook here in the dot. Westbrook wins it back to Holenbeck. Holenbeck goes off the glass and out. Vinogradov now on it for Boston. He'll go off the boards and up to Stevens. Stevens across the blue line. Loses the puck there. Holenbeck on it. Gottfried Holenbeck will flip it all the way out. And it will skip past Boston as they'll have to regroup in their own zone. Christensen on the attack to King, and he's has a shoulder put into him by Gottfried Holenbeck. So we are now 2 minutes left here. Cherry over to Stevens. Stevens up to Anderson. Anderson with a shot blockered away, and they couldn't get the rebound attempt from Stevens. Christensen at the point, over to Vinogradov, now to Cherry. To Stevens below the goal line. Cherry will continue to cycle. Oh, they tried to feed it over to Anderson for a one-timer, and it was denied. Intercepted there. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Picked up by Lindholm, and then DiFolino had it. Now Emil Barron into the zone. Barron gets bumped off there by Christensen. Christensen now under a minute left here in the second. Tied at 1. Stevens across the blue line. Stevens gets it sticked away. Cherry to Shvatal to Stevens. Denied there by Anderson. Paul over to Westbrook. To Barron on the near boards. 15 seconds left. Barron to the middle. Neil Barron can't get the shot through. It was blocked. O'Shea with 4 seconds now. Last opportunity here for Boston. Holenbeck will get that, and the second period will come to an end. All square at 1. Between the Yachts and the Empire, we have a great third period in store for you. We'll be right after this second intermission break from Boston. All right, folks, welcome back. We are excited for a great third period ahead here from Boston Municipal Arena in Boston, Massachusetts, as the Yachts get ready to host the New York Empire, or continue to host, I should say. As that face-off will be won by Boston. Great third period in store between these two big rivals along the East Coast. Anderson in, they score! So there in the first 20 seconds of the period, Jackson King gets on the board again for Boston, his second goal of the game. This one going to be set up by Anderson and Grawn. So just 20 seconds into the period, Boston already on the board. Put New York in a bit of a hole here to start the third period. Hollenbeck will look to get it up ice. He'll get it to Kovalov. Kovalov will flip in. Puck will rim all the way around. King will pick it up. King trying to go on the attack. King retreats, gets it over to Anderson. Anderson across the blue line. He'll continue to carry and get bumped off the puck. Ryba now on it. These two teams met on opening night here in Boston. It was a 5-2 win for the Empire that time. Much better performance here from Boston through at least 40 minutes. See if they can continue it for the final 20 as they now lead 2-1 on the strength of 2 Jackson King goals. Puck comes free behind the net. Hollenbeck tried to get it over to his D partner Hennenin, and it goes wide. Anderson now to Stevens. Stevens to the point to Grawn. Anderson backhand. It was denied by Otto Anderson. Schvital against Westbrook. 17:24 left here in the third. Schvital wins it back. Backlov over to Grawn. Cross ice to Christensen. O'Shea behind the net. In front to Christensen. Can't get the shot through. Tried to clear and Backlov kept it in. They'll go to the point to Grawn. And that puck is off the stick of Anderson and out of play. So just over 3 minutes gone here in the third. Boston looking to hold on to this lead here at home. Vital up to Grawn. Grawn turns it over. Kuznetsov denied there by Vedesiani. Puck is loose in front. Oh, and the puck just goes wide. Barron with a great chance. His second line. A lot of good work here for New York right now. Vital at the red line. Loses the puck there to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov will come to the near boards. Hollenbeck over to Nash. Nash stops. He'll lose the puck to Vinogradov. Schvital with it now. Schvital to Backlov. Over to Vinogradov. Almost turned over there. Over to Adolfsson. Adolfsson being watched there by DiFolino. Puck sent all the way around where Backlov will pick it up. Vinogradov now with the puck. He'll look to get it up ice. He will to Adolfsson. Nash pressed to the boards at his own blue line. Tries to kick it up the boards. Unable to. Adolfsson takes it away. Adolfsson being watched there by Hollenbeck. And now he'll be pressed up against the boards there. Jordan hammered there behind the New York goal. Cherry goes up to the point. Adolfsson to Jordan. Jordan in the high slot down. Adolfsson can't get a shot away. Looking for a tip there. Nash will go up ice in the neutral zone. Turned over there. Nolan Cherry on the attack. Nolan Cherry loses the puck there. Is going to be a penalty on Boston. Coming up here. Sticked away. Kept in the zone though. Hollenbeck over to Ryba. Ryba with a chance denied there, and it'll be touched by Boston. They will get enough possession and will be a tripping call on Nolan Cherry. So now face off here. Clarkson will go up against Anderson. A power play opportunity for New York. 12-17 left here in the third. They trail 2-1 on the road here. Our lone game here on a Thursday night. We have 3 games coming up tomorrow for our Friday night action for the weekend, where again we will have no games on Saturday or Sunday, but 3 games tomorrow big America Division matchup again. This one will pit Chicago at Minnesota. Puck will be offsides there as Kuznetsov brings it outside the zone. Then Calgary will be visiting this same Boston team, so a back-to-back for them. And then Detroit will be in Edmonton. So Detroit plays in Toronto, and now they will head out west to Western Canada, see if they can continue their hot hockey as of late. And now a penalty on Boston. Not many shots on net here tonight. 5-on-3 for New York now. Trailing by one. One-timer. Or excuse me, it was a slap shot there, but it was denied. Westbrook now behind the net. Goes up high to Paul. Paul will skate down to Westbrook. He'll play catch there with Hollenbeck. Right by over to Clarkson, and it's gloved by Bedesiani. Great setup there by New York, but unable to beat the netminder there. Anderson against McIntyre. Anderson wins it back. Joubert with it. He'll get bumped there. Anderson will retreat. He'll turn it over. Hennanen over to Barron. Barron tries to get to the middle. Kuznetsov denied there. McIntyre retrieves the puck. And Kovalov with a slap shot, and it was blocked to the far corner. Hennanen now with a chance denied there by Bedesiani. McIntyre bumped off the puck. Hennanen will pick it up. He'll go back to the point. To Kovalov. Hennanen with the shot, and it's gloved by Bedesiani. Ani Bedesiani playing well here through the first 49 minutes plus of this game, but he's got 11 more to go to try to capture this victory against New York. Adelson against McIntyre, tied up there, and now Braun will have it. He'll get it to Adelson, who will be able to clear the puck. He can just continue to skate. It'll be touched there by New York as there was an injury in the offensive zone, so Slide Kovalov, no penalty on the play, but he is writhing on the ice there, taking a big hit as he was just trying to pick up the puck on that loose draw. And he will head right to the dressing room. So now face off here in the New York zone, as that was when the whistle was blown. Just 8 seconds left here on the 5-on-3. They still will have a man advantage. Denied there was Hennanen. Puck comes to the near corner. 34 seconds. As it's cleared there. Cherry will press, I believe, Hennanen to the boards there. Kuznetsov will have it. Kuznetsov over to Michelson. Michelson up the boards, up to Barron. Barron retreats. Halfway through this third period, 2-1 on the strength of 2 Jackson King goals. McIntyre just kept dusting the puck off there. Finally gets a shot away, and it was denied. McIntyre, he does score this one on the rebound. So Emil Barron put it on net. Bedesiani thought he kicked it out, but it comes right to the stick of Mike McIntyre, who's able to bury it past. So 9.5 minutes left here in the third. Kuznetsov and gets it sticked away. O'Shea up to Schvital. Schvital will retreat. He'll look to get it up ice. He is unable to. Turns back. O'Shea over to Joubert. Joubert will flip in from the red line. Hollenbeck on it first. Hollenbeck trying to advance. He'll go off the boards up to Barron. Barron into the zone. Over to Kuznetsov, and that shot is blocked away. Puck loose at the far boards. Barron to the middle, tries to get a pass through, and Kolar intercepts. 8 minutes now here left in the third. 2-2. Kuznetsov with a shot doesn't get through. Boston now looking to go on the attack. They'll come in 2-on-3, so they'll just flip it in. Look to get on the forecheck. Puck sent back into the New York zone. Hollenbeck loses the puck there. O'Shea trying to gather it. He's unable to. DiFolino now to Michelson. Michelson will flip in. Puck comes all the way around where Backlov will get it behind the net. Up to Anderson. Anderson will go to the near boards to Stevens. Stevens tries to drag through, and he's belted there by Hennanen. Hollenbeck will have it. He'll go over to Michelson. Michelson on the advance. He'll get the red line and in. 6 minutes now remaining here in the third. All square, 2 apiece between the Yachts and the Empire here tonight. Jackson King over to Stevens. The shot goes wide. Hollenbeck able to clear. Oh no, Nash with the deflection that comes back into the New York zone, and now Michelson will be able to finally clear for New York. DiFellino bumped off the puck there. Backlov will have it. He'll get it up to Cherry. Nolan Cherry will flip in. Puck rims all the way around where Hollenbeck will have it. He'll try to kick it to the opposite end to Paul. He'll get it to Nash. Sebastian Nash across the blue line. He'll continue. Bowden. Glove saved by Bedesiani. He'll keep play going. Backlov. Feeds it ahead to Jordan. Jordan will just flip in. Puck comes all the way around. Hollenbeck battled for there. And now Adolfson denied there. Oh, good opportunity on Otto Anderson. Puck loose. McIntyre to the middle to Bowden. Over to Kraus. Kraus glove by Bedesiani. And he will hold right there with 3:18 left. Face-off won by New York. Paul back to the point. Slap shot there, kicked out. And then Ryba puts it way wide of the cage on the backhand. Under 3 minutes now. Puck sent ahead to O'Shea. O'Shea to the red line and in. Schvital with a chance, denied there by Anderson. Schvital to O'Shea in the high slot, and it was blockered away by Otto. And a penalty coming up here on Boston. So an ill-timed penalty against the Yachts here. The puck was sent all the way down, and it will be a holding call there in Evzen Schvital. So his second penalty of the evening. It comes at a costly time, as now basically for the rest of the game, possibly, New York will be on a power play. Sees Holden Clarkson there just a smidge too long for the referee's liking. And then with a slap shot, he scores! It's going to be tipped home by Cesar Clarkson. So the Schvital penalty comes back to bite Boston immediately, as it is Cesar Clarkson that's able to tip it home and get the goal. Face off now, Anderson able to win it back. Boston needing one here in the final 100 seconds at home. Puck loose there. They'll continue to battle. Stevens now to King. King looking for a hat trick here tonight. It would be a big hat trick as it gets things tied up here in the third period. King with a chance over to Anderson. Can't get a shot away. Stevens now to King. King can't squeak it through Anderson. 55 seconds left here in the third. Face off now, Schvital against Nash. Schvital able to kick it back. It'll be Backlov. He'll get it over to Christensen. Over to Braun. Now to Backlov. To Schvital to O'Shea. Denied there. Bedesiani out of the net now. 40 seconds left here. Puck comes up the boards. Boston will keep it in. Now they'll turn it over. Puck is loose there at the blue line. Tried to send ahead, and Braun picks that one off. O'Shea with 30 seconds now, tried to get it into the zone, and now a penalty here on Boston, so a slashing call there. Might just put this comeback to an end. So now face-off coming to the left of Bedesiani. New York wins it away. Westbrook tries to carry to the middle, and he's bumped off the puck. Boston will go on the attack as there goes a Bedesiani. Just 15 seconds now left. And then hit to the board there. Ryba able to clear it to the middle, and Westbrook will go on the attack. They were unable to get a Bedesiani out as they stop there. Puck comes behind the cage. Adolfson pressed to the boards, and that might just do it. Joubert with 1 second. shoots it in, and that is going to do it. So New York comes away with another big road win here, as they were able to knock off their division rival, the Boston Yachts, here with a 3-2 win, with Cesar Clarkson with the late power play goal to give New York the victory and the 3 points here tonight. So we're going to show you a few highlights. We'll rejoin you for our stats and information right after this quick break. All right, thank you folks for joining us here for our post-game coverage. The New York Empire's 3-2 win over the Boston Yachts here in Boston Municipal Arena. New York with 2 third-period goals to create the comeback and be able to finish things off here. We take a look at the stats. I know that Boston logo, they're just a little glitch there, but yes, Boston on the right, New York on the left. New York with 31 shots. Boston only gets 16 shots tonight, so not a great offensive performance from the Yachts here. Hits just in favor of New York, 35-34. Face-offs as well to New York, 19-14. And then New York goes 1 of 6, so that one power play goal right there at the end, the difference maker, as Boston goes 0 of 2 on the power play here tonight. We'll show you some of the individual numbers now. So just a bunch of single pointers. We got Clarkson, Westbrook, and McIntyre with goals, and then Heinonen, Barron, Kuznetsov, and Michelson with assists. So that'll be no points for Hollenbeck, Paul, Lindholm, Kovalov, Ryba, Nash, Romanders, Crew, Kraus, DiFolino, and Bowden. Our shots leaders, we got 4 to Kuznetsov and McIntyre, and then 3 to a handful, Clarkson, Heinonen, Barron, and Kraus. So the fourth liner there getting a few shots on net here tonight as well. Our hits leaders, Gottfried Hollenbeck with 10, Rayo Heinonen with 6, and then Sebastian Nash, the good physical forward, with 4 as well. The goaltending, Anderson, not a bad performance, 16 shots against, comes up with 14 saves, was not called on a ton tonight, but was able to come away with a win. That's been kind of the underlying factor of Otto Anderson, is he has gotten wins for the Empire so far this season. We'll now head to the other side to Boston. King with 2 goals here tonight, the only 2 goals for Boston. Assists belonging to Anderson, Backlov, Stevens, and Braun. So all that their top 5 basically are the ones that come away with points here tonight. No points for Vinogradov, Joubert, Christensen, Antonison, O'Shea, Kolar, Cherry, Jordan, Chatal, Adolfson, Tipton, Petrick, and Abraham. We now take a peek at the shots leaders. King with 6, Chatal with 3, Chatal with 2 penalties, and the one costly one late that allowed New York to go on the power play to get the win. In the end, hits Bo Gron and Sasha Backlov with 6 and 5 respectively, and then 4 to Vinogradov and Joubert. Calvin Anderson coming up with 3, along with Olav Antonison. And then the goaltending, Ronnie Bedesiani with a good performance here, faces 31 shots, comes up with 28 saves, which is just eclipsed that 900 save percentage of a 903 save percentage here tonight. We'll now take a peek at some of the goals that we're able to see tonight. No goals in the first. They will let us see basically all of them here. So the first goal on the board here tonight, Tito Westbrook. I believe Bedesiani goes for a poke check here. Right there, yep, and that gets him out of position, and Westbrook able to bury it past Ronnie Bedesiani. That was almost at the halfway point of the game itself. And then Jackson King with a little behind-the-net play by Anderson. Sets him up there. It actually deflects off of Anderson, Otto Anderson. And it was beaten there was Jackson King. And then in the third period, King early in the third period looked like he might have given Boston the lead for good in this game with a little one-timer there in that slot. It was a great pass here right to the middle. And it was able to beat Otto Anderson. But then Mike McIntyre about halfway through the third period with a great opportunity here. Off the rebound, kicked away, and then McIntyre able to sneak it through Bedesiani, and then Clarkson on the power play off the face-off win. Slap shot from Heinonen. Tipped home right there by Cesar Clarkson, able to tip it down. A great tip by the forward, able to be that net front presence. We'll see it here from the top. In that net front, able to get a stick on that and beat Ronnie Bedesiani. So that's again our only game here tonight. It's the New York Empire knock off the Boston Yachts. We have 3 games coming up for you Tomorrow, sorry, I'm getting it here. Chicago will be in Minnesota. Calgary will be facing Boston, the same Boston Yachts team, see if they can come back and get a win. And then Detroit will be in Edmonton for some late night hockey in Western Canada. So thank you for joining us on a great Thursday night of PIHANA hockey. It's been a joy to be with you. I am Les Talk. We will see you tomorrow night for another triple header of PIHANA hockey.